Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Meditation Monday. So glad you could join us. My name is Szetela, and I work at College of DuPage. I work in a training capacity. I'm a manager for our adjunct faculty support. And with me today is...
And I'm Emano. I work at College of DuPage as well. I work as a counselor over there. Good morning, everybody.
So once again, thank you for joining us on this beautiful, sunny Monday morning. We're lucky today's going to be a beautiful day, and I'm going to guide you through meditation, a mindfulness-based meditation, and just a little bit about mindfulness again before we get started. John Kabat-Zinn is one of the teachers who's very popular, who's an expert, and he gives a great definition that I've used before, but I think it's worth thinking about again. And basically, mindfulness means paying attention in the present moment on purpose and non-judgmentally. So that's just something we'll practice today, and I'll give guidance as we go through our meditation. And we're also going to use our breath in this meditation. And I'll give some cues in terms of just how to work with our breath, which is always with us. And it's a great tool that we can use throughout the day. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and get us started. We'll be sitting for, close to 15 minutes. And I always like to set a timer just to kind of help myself so I can just be fully present and not looking at the time. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to ring the bell that I have just to indicate that we're beginning the meditation, and then also at the end. So we'll begin by, first of all, just closing our eyes. There's nothing I'm going to be doing that you need to watch. So if you're comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. And then also just considering your posture. You are welcome to sit in a chair. That's what I typically do because we'll be sitting for a few minutes. Or you can sit on the floor with a cushion under your seat just to kind of help so you can stay comfortable. I also invite you, if you want, you can lay down. That's totally fine since we're in a home setting, and that's also another posture that you can use to meditate. So find a comfortable posture. And next, what we'll do is just take a moment to notice our breathing. And I'm going to invite you to place one hand over your chest and one hand on your belly as we start. And what I'd like is for you to just practice a couple rounds of breathing in a particular way. And I'm going to invite you to breathe in like you're smelling a flower, and then breathe out like you're blowing on a leaf. So just a couple rounds. And next, I'd just like you to pay attention as you're breathing to how your hands, both on your chest and on your belly, rise and fall. And we're just observing here This isn't a place where we really need to change or do anything different, but just observing how our chest and belly rise and fall. And one thing that I notice for myself is that my chest raises and falls a little bit higher than my belly. And that's completely normal and fine. It's something that typically I think as we grow older, it just is natural that we do that. However, there's a lot of energy that comes from our belly and also a sense of relaxation that can occur if we're breathing more deeply through our belly. So we're just going to take a couple rounds to practice some deeper breathing and even just trying to see if we can have our belly rise and fall just a little higher than it did. Filling up our diaphragm. And then you can exhale just like you did, blowing through on a leaf. So next, what I'll invite you to do is you can leave your hand on your chest or your belly if you want, but I'm going to move my hands down to my lap and just kind of place them face down in my lap. And if you have your hands face down, that's often a more grounding posture, helping you to kind of be more grounded in the present moment. If you'd like, you can also instead place your palms face up, and that is an energizing pose. So you can choose either one. And what we're going to do next is we're going to continue to pay attention to our breath, but we're not doing any particular exercises anymore. Just that was just a little bit of some deep breathing, just to kind of help with some relaxation, just to get us started. But for now, just allow yourself to just pay attention to where you feel the sensation of your breath. And it could be the air as it comes in your nostrils, the cool air, and then the warm air that comes out. You may notice the rise and the fall of your chest. You may also notice just the expansion of your rib cage on your inhale and the contraction on your exhale. So wherever you feel your breath in your body the most, where you feel you can just rest your attention there, observing and just following that sensation of your breath. Noticing your inhale, the pause, And then just following your exhale from start to finish. And, not trying to control or change anything, but just being curious and just observing. So I'm going to stop talking and just allow us to practice just resting our attention on our breath. And I'll check in a couple minutes just to see how you're doing. So just taking a moment to notice where your attention is. And you may have noticed that your mind has wandered, which is very common, perhaps into a thought of the future. Sometimes we go to remembering. Sometimes we may get caught up in a story. And whenever this happens in your meditation, just noticing, again, without judgment, what's happening in your mind. That's a mindful moment. And that's really what we're aiming for here, is that we, with compassion, can pay attention and notice what's occurring. And without getting caught up in it, what we can do is just notice, embrace whatever is here, whether it be a thought or an emotion. And just by accepting it, we can often just let that go and then come back to our breath. Again, our breath is always in the present moment. So let's just practice following it and feeling that sensation of our breath in our body. So in a few moments, I'm going to ring the bell to conclude our meditation sitting for today. But before I do that, just take a moment to bring into your awareness something that you're really grateful for in this moment today. And then I also invite you just to expand that to gratitude that you have for anyone in your life personally, and gratitude towards that we'd like to send out to people who we may not even know, who are working very hard right now to support others, to provide healing, to provide care to those in need. And then just bringing it back to gratitude and appreciation that you took this time this morning for yourself to sit, to be present, to provide some self-care for yourself so that you can be present to those around you today. So I hope you enjoyed this sitting, and I really thank you for joining us today. Before we leave, I just wanted to give a couple suggestions about how to use your breath to really help to calm throughout the day and to bring you back to the present moment. It's something that I use quite often. And first of all, just remembering that I think it's helpful, like to if you need to take a couple breaths in any time, especially to calm down, if you notice that you're maybe starting to feel something kind of strong and you need to just get grounded and in the present moment, our breath is always a great place to start. And as we did with the breathing in, like we were smelling a flower, and then breathing out, like blowing on a leaf, that deep breathing, even just a couple rounds, can really help our nervous system and help us to calm down. So, it's just something to practice a little bit throughout the day. I often try to practice some deep breathing before I'm meeting with people, before I even go into a conversation. It can kind of help bring us back to the present moment and really be there to be present with others, and just to know what's happening with myself too, so I can be the best that I can be. So anyway, just wanted to offer what a wonderful tool the breath is, and that's why we use it in this concentration mindfulness meditation, because it's a great way to give our minds a rest and come back to the present moment. And it's just a great physical cue and a tool for relaxation as well. So thanks again for joining us today. And yes, thank you, Dennis. Thanks for being here.